Hi everyone, and welcome back to Clean Eating Kitchen. I'm Carrie, and this is my channel where I share easy real food recipes and tips so you can feel your best. And I wanted to give you an update today on my recent travels and tell you how it went and maybe some things I would do differently next time. And then also I took a bunch of video clips of my trip. I ended up going to Hawaii that I want to share with you some of my favorite places that I ate. They were pretty much, I was able to find all gluten-free and dairy-free options. So I want to share with you some of my favorite places. So if you're planning a trip to Hawaii or wherever you're planning, hopefully this will give you some travel inspiration. So if you're new here, then welcome. And if you are a subscriber, then welcome back. Just to give you a little history, I am recovering from chronic illness. So I use a mostly holistic lifestyle and whole foods, real food diet to manage my symptoms of autoimmune disease, PCOS, migraines, chronic fatigue, and I definitely deal with a lot of anxiety as well. And I think planning for this trip actually kind of made me realize how much anxiety I do experience when I'm under stress. And I think one thing that was kind of a realization for me is that I'm definitely a highly sensitive person. I'm starting to learn more about that. If you'd like me to share, then please let me know and I'll be happy to share more of what I learned along the way. But if you watch my last video, which was more about me planning for my trip and what I brought on the airplane and things like that, a lot of the planning that I did ended up working out really well. For instance, I was very happy that I made the breakfast cookies that I made to eat on the airplane, although I ended up having enough time between flights and there were enough restaurants where I would have been able to find gluten-free options. It was still nice to have stuff with me so I didn't have to depend on finding food at the airport. But I was happy that I did all the preparation that I did. To be honest, the travel day was very, very exhausting, and part of it was exacerbated by the fact that I did not sleep well the night before travel. My anxiety really kicked in after not being on an airplane for 4 years. I didn't even realize it at the time and more realized it after the fact. And then I woke up, I had to wake up at I set my alarm for 4:30. I woke up at 2:45 that day of travel. Got my little kitty here. Um, and so that made travel much harder, waking up that early. But I did have a little migraine that day when I woke up. And then I did end up taking my migraine medicine when I got to Hawaii because I was just so tired. Um, but I mean, it ended up working out okay. I was prepared. I had my migraine medicine with me. I probably over prepared, but that's probably one way that I manage my anxiety is over preparing. But I think going forward, I will feel less anxious traveling. Another thing I would say that I really enjoyed about the trip was just having a real vacation. I'd kind of forgotten how important it is to have time away from your work and from your routine. So I really enjoyed being in a tropical environment, and I was with my husband. We were actually celebrating our 25th anniversary of being together. It's our 20th wedding anniversary coming up in a few weeks. So this was kind of like an early celebration of that. And that was really fun. But I think the main things I took away from this trip was that, yes, traveling is very challenging, especially if you have chronic illness or you're a highly sensitive person. Just the uncertainty, the noises, the crowds, the time change, the long days. So I think if you set your expectations, for me, when I travel again in the future, just kind of have that understanding that yes, it is going to be a challenging day. but then maybe build in some time so that you can catch up on your sleep or have some relaxation time when you get to your destination. Another thing that I took from this trip is how much I enjoy eating fresh seafood and realizing that I don't really cook that much seafood when I'm at home, but yet when I was in Hawaii, I had it pretty much every single day and almost every meal. So since I've been home, been trying to cook fish more, and I'll share with you any really great recipes that I come up with. So before I talk too much more, I'm going to show you the footage that I took on the trip and share some more about what I did in Maui, Hawaii. So if you've ever been to Maui, you know it is just the most beautiful tropical island, and the resort that I stayed at definitely took advantage of the view, and boy, I sure enjoyed waking up to this every day. And we ended up eating a lot of meals at the hotel. And I'm not going to say that they were 100% gluten-free and dairy-free, but I was able to find basic foods like fish tacos, rice, veggies, just pretty basic things so I could stick as close to a diet that works for me so that I could stay as healthy as possible. And it was really easy just to be active and be outside and enjoy the sunshine. And I just felt so happy and relaxed. And this was a scene from one of my favorite restaurants. I mean, can you just believe that view? And this gluten-free pizza did have cheese on it, but I'm usually okay if I have just a little bit of cheese, not too much. And again, that view, I just can't get enough of that. I had a lilikoi or passion fruit lemonade at that restaurant that I want to try to recreate at home. The flowers, the plants, the exotic birds, and just everything about Maui makes it one of my absolute favorite places. This is actually the breakfast bar at the hotel where we stayed. Again, I did just keep it simple, and I tried eating from the breakfast bar solely, but found that I did need to dip into my granola breakfast packs that I brought with me, which was basically gluten-free granola and protein powder. This was a visit to Pineapple Farm. Those are little baby pineapples, and it was really fun to learn about how they grow them on the islands. And turns out they don't sell them wholesale or commercially to the mainland. So to get a true Hawaii pineapple, you have to get it there. And this is from Paia Fish Market. I can highly recommend this place. I had a charbroiled piece of fish with just rice and coleslaw, and it was delicious. We went there a few times. This was just a local beach. We stopped and took in the view. I saw some turtles swimming around there. I couldn't quite get them on the video. And then this was from the hotel. This dessert was not gluten-free, but we just had a bite. And then this was a morning, woke up with a rainbow, and then it ended up raining that day, but it really didn't slow us down. It just rained for an hour or so, although it did turn very humid. So we tried to do most of our exercise in the mornings, pretty early in the morning, which we were waking up early because we were on California time and Hawaii is earlier. So we were able to wake up really early. This is another location of Paia Fish Market. This one is in Lahaina. I had some mahi-mahi, the same dish I had at the other one. Walking around, we found this wild chicken with her chicks. I thought it was really cute. And honestly, I saw a lot of stray cats, which made me sad, but I know that they try to keep that population under control. After paying an arm and a leg for papaya at the hotel, we went to a local health food store and got some just fresh cut papaya and one of these pono pies, which is my favorite dessert from the islands. It's made from breadfruit, and it's really great. You can't get it on the mainland. This is another view. Gosh, I think this was from our room, and it's just stunning. I could just watch this all day. Can't get enough of it. And then something that we did, which I've been wanting to do for a long time, was visit the Upcountry Farmers Market in Makawao. It's on Saturday mornings. I highly, highly recommend it. All kinds of exotic flowers. There were a lot of organic produce, fruits, things you could buy. We did not buy any food or food to cook. We did buy a smoothie, which was nice to get a smoothie during the week. Had some spinach in it, I believe. And I just really enjoyed walking around, seeing all the vendors, all the locals. This is definitely a locals place. That was the smoothie vendor where I did grab a smoothie. The blue spirulina smoothie is quite delicious. This local lady walking around with her parrot. And then we visited this alpaca farm where they also have Angora bunnies, but this little guy was the highlight. And then afterwards went for lunch in Makawao at a place called Freshies and had a tofu noodle salad, which was quite good. And I think I would probably go back there. Also visited the aquarium and stopped at this viewpoint. I hope that you enjoyed this recap of my trip to Hawaii, and I hope that whatever vacation plans you have for this summer, that you have a healthy and safe trip, and I am looking forward to seeing you in the next video.